Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing European outlook for today's second video. So as always, on a Thursday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for next week, 10 days across Europe, and I should get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast, and we've got a data vaulting there with all of the regular features coming in for later on this afternoon. So if you could, please like, share and subscribe on all of those videos, and we thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Right, okay, let's start off with the situation across Europe today then. High pressure will be building in from off the Atlantic into Western Europe today. Yet again, low pressure is in the Norwegian Sea, heading up towards northern parts of Scandinavia and Norway, and we've got lower pressure down across southern parts of Europe once again. Upper air temperatures look like that, still quite chilly across Scandinavia and the far north, otherwise generally warm in most places. Not much sign of extreme heat though anywhere across Europe, even down across Spain, Portugal. It is not excessively hot at the moment. Precipitation-wise, we look like that. Heavy showers and maybe thunderstorms through southern parts of France into northern Spain and then down the eastern side of Spain as well. Central western regions of Spain and Portugal mostly dry. More heavy showers through the central bowl of the Med, especially affecting Corsica, Sardinia and North Africa. Some showers into Italy, and then over the Adriatic into the Balkans, down towards Romania, Greece and Turkey, running to more showers through there as well. Showers stretching up the eastern side of Europe, and then a lot of dry weather out west as we have that area of high pressure building in from off the Atlantic. We then run into more showery conditions pushing in to parts of Norway and Sweden in particular. Temperature-wise, quite cold. In fact, probably cold enough for a little bit of mountain snow across some parts of Norway and central northern Sweden, but warmer, of course, across southern parts of Norway and Sweden. Into the east and the northeast of Europe, looks generally quite warm, locally hot, I suppose, through some of these eastern parts of Europe, but not excessive. And then down across southern Europe again, we find that it's very warm to hot, and the warm conditions extend up into west parts of Europe as well. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll again have that big ridge of high pressure in off the Atlantic into much of Western Europe. Some lower pressure up to the north and also into the southern part of Europe once again. Upper air temperatures looking generally warm. Warmest down across the south of Europe, but it's still quite cold across some central and northern parts of Scandinavia. And begin to turn a little bit cooler into the Baltic Sea states as well, of Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania. Showers through parts of Spain, probably not as intense as they have been, but still some downpours through some parts of Spain and Portugal. The Mediterranean looks like it's turning a little bit drier actually from the Balearics through to Italy, but more heavy showers as getting to the eastern part of the Med, affecting parts of Greece and Turkey, and may extend up again into the Balkans and over to the Black Sea. Then a lot of dry weather to the north and west of that. Showery rain into eastern Poland and west parts of Ukraine, but lots of dry weather really north and western parts of Europe until we run into the showery conditions over Norway again, and again probably cold enough for some of those showers to be wintry over high ground across central and northern parts of Norway. Otherwise, warm seen in most parts of Europe, the eastern and southern regions again getting the warmest temperatures. Saturday sees high pressure still ridging into the west of Europe from off the Atlantic. Low pressure deepening in the Norwegian Sea, starting to move towards Norway, and still these troughs of low pressure down across the southern part of Europe. The upper air temperatures starting to get a little bit hotter from North Africa into the central portion of the Med, just into southern parts of France and northern Spain as well. Otherwise, it's warmest seen in most areas, and the cold air across central northern Norway and Scandinavia beginning to retreat away, but still quite chilly up there. The precipitation looks like that, wet and windy weather coming in off the Norwegian Sea in towards Norway, comes some quite heavy rain mixed in with that. And in the southeast corner, heavy showers, long spells of rain and thunderstorms potentially through the Balkans to the Black Sea, and then once again down towards Greece and Turkey. More heavy showers and longer spells of rain, possibly with thunder, in towards southern and southwestern parts of Spain and southern Portugal. Somewhat unusually, and some showers through Italy as well. Otherwise, many areas in central and northwest Europe again dry under that ridge of high pressure, and the temperature looking generally quite warm in most places and not as cold over northern Scandinavia. High pressure right over top of the UK and Ireland as we go through into Sunday, with lots of dry weather with it. That area of low pressure moving into central parts of Scandinavia from off the Norwegian Sea. And the troughs of low pressure perhaps starting to ease a little bit down across southern parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures again looking quite warm in the south, cooler further north once again. And as far as the precipitation is concerned, more heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out through Spain and Portugal. Some heavy showers and thunderstorms affecting parts of North Africa, again quite unusual for this time of the year. And further showers and or thunderstorms affecting parts of Italy and Greece, Turkey as well. Some alpine showers through France and northern parts of Italy and Switzerland looking very likely. And then further northwards again, high pressure, loads and loads of dry weather. Just some shower rain left for some parts of central northern Norway and into Sweden. And the temperatures look generally warm across most parts of southern Europe, and that warmth does extend north, although it's a little bit cooler in Scandinavia. On into Monday, once more, high pressure is anchored and rooted over the north and the west of Europe, bringing lots of dry and fine weather. Those upper air temperatures looking very warm across southern Europe, but not excessively hot. Cooler for northern parts of Europe as well, and then generally quite warm under the ridge of high pressure dominating in most places. What precipitation there is mainly across the south and the southeast of Europe again, through much of the Mediterranean and through the Balkans towards Black Sea as well. Heavy showers, thunderstorms and or long spells of rain. Some shower rain into Norway and possibly Sweden. Otherwise, most places in the north, central, west part of Europe looking mostly dry under the high pressure, and warm temperatures in most places away from the far north of Scandinavia. That big area of high pressure is still in control of weather on Tuesday in many parts of Europe. So yet again, it's a case of rinse, repeat. Upper air temperatures looking quite warm in most places, a little bit cooler though across central and north parts of Scandinavia. Further heavy showers, thunderstorms or longer spells of rain in the south of Europe, mainly dry in the north of Europe, and then just across central northern Scandinavia and perhaps into Finland, we find that we get some showery bursts coming through there. Warm temperatures in most places away from the extreme north of Scandinavia. The high pressure remains in control. Rinse repeat once more for Wednesday, bringing lots of dry and fine weather. Low pressure across southern Europe. Upper air temperatures are becoming warmer into that area of high pressure across northern and western parts of Europe. Again, we see a north-south split for precipitation, lots of heavy showers, long spells, rain and or thunderstorms through the southern parts of Europe from Spain and Portugal in the west to Greece and Turkey in the east, and all points in between. To the north of that, again, under the high pressure, it's mostly dry until running through showery conditions in the far north of Scandinavia, and the temperatures, you've guessed it, they're looking more warm across most parts of Europe, very warm actually, potentially even locally hot maybe through some parts of Scandinavia and through Germany, Low Countries, parts of France and into the UK as well. Temperatures could be starting to inch up into the mid-20s Celsius there, just in the far north Scandinavia. It looks a little bit cooler, and southern Europe looking very warm as well, of course. And then on Thursday, high pressure remains dominant across most parts of northern and also western Europe. Lower pressure down across southern parts of Europe once again. The upper air temperatures looking ever hotter through parts of Spain, Portugal, from North Africa and in some parts of France. Warmth extending up west side of Europe as well. Just looks a little bit cooler in the far north and northeast of Europe. Precipitation, north-south split, heavy showers and thunderstorms with long spells of rain across southern Europe, mostly dry across northern and western parts of Europe. And temperature-wise, yes, it's very warm up the west side of Europe, but perhaps a little bit cooler in the far north and northeast. And then finally on Friday, we see that, done Thursday, so let me go through to Friday, and I'll just put you on today 10 then. So we find that the high pressure begins to inch further northwards and westwards there, with lower pressure perhaps starting to form through some western parts of Europe. So France into Germany, maybe the Low Countries. By the time we get through to the first weekend, we might see an increasing chance of heavy showers and thunderstorms begin to break out. The high pressure starts moving out in towards the Atlantic. So possibly signs of not a breakdown, but some slightly less settled weather as we get towards the first weekend of June across parts of Western Europe. And of course, that's a long way off. Right, so it's rinse repeat week really under this area of high pressure. The activity of rain, thunderstorms, and that going to be across the southern part of Europe in the week ahead. If you enjoyed this European outlook and found it useful and informative, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back later on with the 10 to 14 day. So keep checking back to the channel for more. For this one though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.